Alright, let me make one thing absolutely clear to my small enclave of unusually faithful followers who feel obliged to, in my fleeting absence, PM me to simultaneously validate me with their undying love and affection, and communicate their genuine concern for my lack of an update and a heartfelt wish of good health. My sabbatical from YouTube has not been an entirely intentional one. You see, with the combination of my pathetic attempts to graduate with my bachelor's degree compounded on the tremendous upset that is the adventure update, more on that later, I haven't touched my massive hole in ages. Perhaps I should have said that more tactfully, but never minding that, your comments are far from unappreciated. Now, all that aside, I'd like to tell you a story. No, that there's no need to be crass. Oh, okay, now that's just unnecessary. Let's try this again. Hey. Okay, right. So I see where that's coming from. Just tone it down a little bit. Okay. This is Notch's game. It's beta for a reason, we know it. And if it's not balanced now, we should just accept it as part of the fact that we're playing it as a beta. Touché. Right, so moving on. Oh, how I love when titles become spoilers. I've only been on 2 Minecraft multiplayer servers ever. The first was because of a guy who wanted to pair up and do a joint LP. I entertained the idea until I was banned 5 minutes after joining his server, and I haven't heard from him since. Don't know what happened there, so I gave up on that quick like and went back to my happy hole. The other one I found was from a decent YouTube tutorial on how to make massive trees that looked as good as cubular trees can look. And it was done by this pretty snazzy guy by the name of Block Fortress. So after watching some of his other videos and salivating over some of his builds, I thought I'd try out this Mythrentia server he was on and figure out what it was up to. Long story short, they'd recently lost their world files to some fraudulent server hosting. In a trip to the Better Business Bureau later, they had just recently started over with a temporary map. In spite of this, they had a tremendous influx of new players, which I was apparently just spearheading, and there was also an accompanying influx of griefing. Now, I realized that they were understaffed, and I played the role of answer giver, giving them some time to recoup from this loss. And the next thing I knew, I was a mod. See, Block just promoted me out of the blue, and kind of told me to shut up about it. Then there was a little unrest in the staff ranks. The hierarchical structure of the Mythrentia parliamentary system was out to recess at the time of my promotion. Once things settled down, other staff was added, and everything has been just fine, really. So now we at Mythrentia are one big happy family. We have IRAP, Kilo, Blade, Sven, Ginger, Gistic, and Watty. I've been affectionately titled Doxy because typing HDox requires 2 shift strokes and an awkward minus keystroke, and it sure beats the alternative I'm still being called. So, I've built a massive, impenetrable guest build area, a tremendous chess set, a 2x scale of Byodoin temple, shot a time-lapse for YouTube, and continuously point out to stupid users that they're being stupid while trolling the others as often as humanly possible. There's no drama ever on this Minecraft server. The very idea is unthinkable. And with this taken into account, Block has thought it best to move on to another server, and is no longer on Mythrentia. In completely unrelated news, I have been recently promoted to the highest echelon of staff, which is called Staff. Woot. Also, I'm obliged under contract to tell you to join the Mythrentia server because it is infinitely better than any creative server you can ever go on, ever. Okay, now that I've said that, I can tell you it's actually not that bad. I have fun at least. And now there's 50% less drama. Actually, has nothing to do with the block. Never mind that. That came out wrong. Tact. Okay, but you should know that we're still running 173 until a stable version of Bucket comes out for 1.9. And yeah, that's enough for an update. So let's go with that.